Any lineup changes tonight?
No.
Seemed pretty unhappy after last night's game. You guys, what was the pregame stuff today in terms of talking through exactly some of the emotions of last night?
I didn't even mention last night. Talked about what we need to do to be successful and told them I don't have much else to say. So we'll see.
What do you need to do to be successful?
Well, I just think we need to defend with greater urgency. We need to play offense with more purpose and more ball movement. And we need to play to the standard that which we've set for closer to 48 minutes than we have. We just haven't done that yet this year. And we've been living on good days on good quarters. And so we're going to have to play better. And so it was, if the last two games can be that opportunity to learn that and grow from that, then that's a positive. But there aren't many other positives to take from it.
Obviously, you unhappy after just 2-game losing. Do you hold this team to a higher standard than maybe you have in the past?
It's not about the result last night. It's about how we played, and more importantly, how I said it last night. We've got to play connected, and if we're not going to be connected, if we don't play well, we'll lose. Been really consistent saying that. So, and that's the same tonight. If we play at the right pace, if we play with the right togetherness, if we play with the right stuff, then we'll give ourselves a chance to win. And if we don't, we'll lose. And so I think the biggest thing that we can do is embrace that we have to do our job as well as we can on every occasion. And I don't want to. I think I'm more defining reality than necessarily harping on things that are negative. But the bottom line is that's the reality for our team to be successful.
Why do you think they're not playing the right way?
Well, I just don't think, and again, I said it's more for 48 minutes. I just don't think. I thought the last two games we didn't play as connected and together as we have. And I think it's best exemplified on defense by the fact that the other team is scoring with angles at the rim over and over and over. And then on offense, it's just about, if we're turning the ball over and leading the breaks without, sharing it, moving it, executing with great pace, then we're not playing as well as we need to play. And so, that's not on any one person. If anything, that's more on me than everybody else. So, but like anybody else in sports or any other line of work, when you're not as close to excellent as you want to be, I'm frustrated by that.
Jay said you've seen it showing up at the shoot-arounds and things like that. Did you notice the drop-off?
No, I mean, I didn't think our practice Monday was great. We've had days like that though, and came back and played great. So, hey, this is a long schedule. You have to be able to be ready to go when that ball is tipped in these 82 games. And so you're going to have shoot-arounds that maybe have a little bit more energy than others. You're going to have practices that maybe have a little bit more energy than others. But you've got to get stuff accomplished through both. And, I think it's, we just need to be more connected. And, and we'll find out tonight. This is, we get a chance to play again. We're fortunate in that regard. And, if we're not, then we won't get what we want. And if we are, then we'll have a chance to get what we want.
Is energy a coachable skill?
I don't think it's been an energy thing as much as it's been, again, we need to play together better.
Jonas has kind of struggled since the start of the season, yet you keep wind up going to him. Is that one of those things where he's just going to play himself out of it, or does he what are the other things he brings to the table, even if the shot's not falling, that makes you continue?
It's one of the very few ways that we can play small. And so we have to be able to do that some. And so his ability to switch and his ability to do different things, in a game like today where, these guys play Noel and Okafor together for about the first 6 minutes of the half, and then they've, have gone away from that after that. Those guys play separate a lot after that. Now certainly they'll go back and forth and they'll figure out what's best, but we have to be able to play small at times. And other than Jay, Jonas is probably their only other four that can really guard ones and twos on the perimeter consistently.
You're obviously frustrated after losing 2 in a row. Can you imagine what the Sixers are going through?
Yeah, it's for me. First of all, for me, it's not about the result. Again, I hope that I've been consistent in that. It's been about I want us to play to a better standard than we played, and I realize it's an 82-game season, but this is why, the most I've talked about it is with you all right now. Like it's not about me talking, it's not about us talking, it's about how we play. And the one thing that I'll say in watching the Sixers is they play exceptionally hard every night, and in the last 2 games, they had the games right where they wanted them in the fourth quarter. They're up 10 at Miami, they're up 5 or 6 at Minnesota inside 5 minutes, and some breaks don't go their way. Otherwise, they're already on a 2-game win streak. And so it's a great testament to Brett Brown, their coaches, their players, their attitudes are really good, and they're gonna win games. And so that's why we all know that we have to play our A game, otherwise we won't be successful.
Did you see his first?
Yeah, he's special. I don't know what else to say. He can score going both ways. He spins off contact. He can face you up. He's got a phenomenal face-up game. He shoots it better than I thought he would shoot it. At this age and stage, he's got a chance to be a really good one.
Brad, we saw Marcus walking around with crutches and knee brace on. Do you have any update or?
I don't have any update, and they don't know. I think they're, from a timeline standpoint, when I said it, it was probably more of a minimum of 2 weeks, and we'll see what happens after he gets those crutches off. This is just like when guys wear boots and then play the next day. You're just trying to stabilize it, not put any pressure on it, so that it can heal better. That's why he's in that big leg brace. That's why he's on those crutches. We just don't want him to put any pressure on it at all. It's a unique injury. I think it's usually an injury that's associated with other areas of your knee getting hurt. And so, we feel fortunate that it is what it is and that it's not a long-term thing.
Is there a timeline for when the crutches will come off?
I have no idea. First time I've seen him since we left was today. So, from what I've heard, it's just a matter of strengthening, and that was a 7 to 10 day thing starting when he first got hurt.
Brad, when you say that guys need to be connected, so you need to play better, what standard? Is it this team setting the standard, or is it another team that set that standard?
No, it's got to be to our best ability, and it's got to be how we can best play together. And I don't think I'm this isn't breaking news by any means. You're going to go through times where you don't quite play as well, but I just think that we need to be able to be better on both ends of the floor more consistently than we've been, regardless of our result, not only in the past 2 games, but in the past, few games before that.
Thank you, Coach.
Yeah. Go ahead, I'm sorry. I'll go one more. Yeah.
Sorry, RJ put together a pretty good game last night, getting more minutes. What are you kind of hoping to see from him to get more minutes kind of consistently?
Make shots and guard your spot, right? If he can continue to make shots, he's got a good feel he's going to make the right basketball play most of the time. So if he can continue to make shots, if he can continue to guard his, the perimeter positions, then he'll continue to get opportunities.